David versus Goliath, the battle that changed everything. We've all heard the story of David and Goliath, but what if the way we've been telling it misses the entire point? What if it's not a story about a lucky shot, but a brilliant game plan for taking on the giants in your own life? Hidden in this ancient battle is a powerful secret that can change everything for you, right now. It shows how one single act of faith can give you the strength to face down the biggest challenge you can imagine. Section 1. The story. Picture this. For 40 long days, two armies are in a standoff across a valley. On one side, the Philistines, on the other, the Israelites. And for 40 days, the entire Israelite army, their king included, is completely paralyzed by fear. Their terror has a name: Goliath. This guy is a champion, a warrior standing over 9 feet tall, decked out in heavy bronze armor and carrying a spear so massive it was compared to a weaver's beam. Every single day, he strides out and taunts them, daring them to send just one man to fight him. And nobody does, until a young shepherd boy named David shows up, sent only to bring his brothers some food. He's not a soldier, but when he hears Goliath defying not just the army, but the God of Israel, something inside him stirs. It's not fear, it's faith. And he volunteers to fight. King Saul, seeing just a kid, offers him his own royal armor. But David tries it on and takes it right off. It's unfamiliar. It's not his. Instead, he walks toward the giant with only what he knows: his shepherd's staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones he just picked from a stream. Goliath laughs at him. He curses him. But David's reply became legendary: "You come at me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." As Goliath lumbers forward for the kill, David loads his sling and lets one stone fly. It hits the giant square on the forehead, and he collapses. Just like that, the fight is over. The giant is dead, and his fall inspires a whole army to rush forward and claim their victory. Section 2. The pivot. It's an amazing story of courage. But the real power isn't just that David won, it's how he won. We tend to write it off as a classic underdog story, a 1 in a million lucky break. But it was actually a brilliant strategy. David refused to play by the giant's rules, and that single decision is the key to facing your own giants. Section 3. The core message. So, what's the secret? It really comes down to 4 principles you can start using in your life today. Principle 1. Don't wear someone else's armor. When King Saul offered his armor, David said, "I can't go in these. I'm not used to them." This wasn't just about the bad fit. It was about being authentic. Saul's armor was the conventional way to fight. It was the world's way. But David wasn't a conventional soldier. He was a shepherd. Trying to fight like someone he wasn't would have guaranteed his failure. Think about the armor people try to hand you, the career path your family expects, the definition of success you see online, and the advice that worked for a friend. Your real power doesn't come from any of that. It comes from your unique gifts and your own story. You win by using what you have, not what you think you should have. Principle 2. Change the battlefield. Goliath was built for one thing: close quarters combat. He was a walking tank. His strength was absolutely overwhelming, but only if you played his game. David, on the other hand, was an expert with a sling, a long-range weapon. By keeping his distance, he made Goliath's greatest strengths, his size, his armor, and his heavy weapons, completely useless. He turned a sword fight into a target practice session, and on that new battlefield, the giant was just a slow-moving target. When you're facing something that feels overwhelming, don't attack it where it's strongest. Change the rules. Reframe the problem. If you can't win the game you're in, change the game. Principle 3. Your past has prepared you. David's confidence wasn't baseless. When Saul doubted him, David told him about the times he'd fought off lions and bears to protect his flock. He said, "The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear, he will rescue me from this Philistine." His life as a shepherd wasn't just a job. It was his training ground. The quiet, unseen battles he fought all alone were getting him ready for the giant he would one day face in front of everyone. All the challenges and struggles in your past, they weren't for nothing. They've given you the exact skills and resilience you need for the giants you're facing right now. Principle 4. Faith is an action. David's faith wasn't just a nice feeling or a passive belief. It was active. He didn't just hope God would show up. He trusted it so much that he moved. He stepped onto the battlefield. He ran toward the giant. He slung the stone. Faith without action is just an idea. Real faith is what makes you move, even when you're afraid. trusting that the outcome is in hands bigger than your own. We all have giants. Maybe yours is fear or doubt. Maybe it's a habit, an illness, or a situation at work or home that feels impossible. So I want you to think for a second. What's the Goliath you're facing? Once you have it, I'd love for you to share in the comments which one of these 4 principles you're going to try to use to face it. Let's get a conversation going and encourage each other. The story of David and Goliath is so much more than an old tale. It's a living reminder that your biggest perceived weakness can actually be your greatest strength. It teaches us that you don't beat giants by trying to be bigger and stronger. You beat them by being smarter, by changing the rules, and by drawing on the unique power you already have. Your victory doesn't just change your own story, it can inspire everyone around you. You are not too small for the battle in front of you. That one brave step of faith might be all it takes to see your giant fall. Thank you for watching. If this message gave you strength, courage, or clarity today, please share it with someone you know who might be facing their own Goliath. Don't forget to subscribe for more Bible-based insight to help you grow in your faith and purpose. And remember, with God, even your smallest step can lead to the greatest victories.